warning. Storm Eowyn is hitting the UK at the moment. Damaging gusts of wind are expected in the coming hours. Met Office red warnings are in place.
Oh, ready? The camera's set.
Hey man,
Well, is that
let's go.
Get the drone out and fly it along the coast. But
Yeah.
I don't think so. Yeah, but you know, drone.
So I think I wanted to start January with a challenge. We had a couple ideas. With Hayden being from Scotland, there was a plan to possibly run to him, which was about 230 miles. There was also a plan to do the Scottish coast to coast, but I think that's one for the future. We then looked at the English coast to coast, which was, the route came up with about 185 miles, or there was a 190 mile option. So after doing some planning and drawing out a new route to get the 200 mile mark, we set it with that. So about 9 days prior to the actual challenge, that was the one we were going for. Let's go. We are at checkpoint number 2, 24k in. Sam's about to come any minute.
Yep. I'll pop my tyre up. Let's go.
So coming up to the Lake District, this is where we knew the elevation was going to lie. This is where we knew the first night was going to hit. How was you feeling through the Lake District and approaching the Lake District?
I think possibly in hindsight I probably tried to move a bit too quick through certain sections, and there was some serious elevation in that. a lot of scrambling, getting to the top, and then sort of when you got to the top you wanted to move at a certain pace because you felt like you'd slowed down, or partly due to the fact you're just feeling freezing. It felt good to get through that first bit of the lakes, and it was definitely the toughest bit and somewhere I definitely want to improve on. Knowing how to attack some of the steeper sections and how to conserve my energy and stuff like that.
Right.
No way, bro.
Sort you up.
Still going. It is 11 o'clock. Just waiting for Sammy at this checkpoint, making him some pasta. The stuff ready. What checkpoint is this? It's getting freezing.
He's got Sam's jacket and that there ready for.
Yeah.
So from setting off at about 10 in the morning and running through till about 1:30 at night is when I had my first half an hour sleep in Hayden's van. Right boys,
Let's go boys, let's get it. Same again, same again.
Fresh day, fresh start.
That's Sam and Aidan left. They're away to the next checkpoint. Yeah, they're going to be there as well. But we've just stopped off to get some drone footage in this lovely scenery, but it's absolutely I know they're always in Scotland quite a lot. England's got some stunning places as well, for sure.
After the first sleep, I had the first runner join me, Aidan Dewberry, who did so well. He did about 46 kilometres with me going through the night, which was pretty brutal on some of the sections, trying to navigate through fields, through forest. So it's really good to have him there. He led me on till about 150k-ish. How you feeling? Locked in. Locked in. Very wet trails, boggy. Let's get it. Then I had Jake Little join me for about 40 kilometres. It's at this point where I literally have never experienced the runner's high quite like it. We were about 180, 190 kilometres in.
Richmond 191. See you at 200. Let's go.
Don't know this.
What mileage are we at?
2K, baby.
Oh yeah.
I
think that's why I do these sort of things, getting that runner's high. And if people have experienced it, you just know when you're in that zone, it's almost like we were both saying to each other, it's like a flow state. You're just moving, you're not thinking, the body's just moving, getting through the kilometres, and we were really moving at that point, just hunting them down.
Get moving again. Woody on the route to Blakey Ridge with him. Let's go, Sammy boy.
So Woody joined me for the next section, which was a really tough, long, winding farm track section, which took us over the Yorkshire Moors, which was stunning at the same time. And there was bits of snow up there. It was pretty frosty up there and actually quite cold. But long, winding roads. It just felt like deja vu every single turn. After you got past the section, you're like, well, I feel like I've just done that section. But at this point, we got our first glimpse of the sea, which is when the emotions were really starting to get high. And that first feeling, I remember seeing the sea with Woody. I remember looking at him and he was just shouting, saying, "It's the fucking sea." And it was just a wild, wild feeling. I couldn't help but just start crying, literally just tears of just joy and like relief, knowing there wasn't further to go. And it was just a crazy section, and I was so glad I could experience with him, to be fair.
Get after it, mate. Stay focused. Let's go.
Let's go, Sammy boy. Fucking insane, man. Insane. Last 10k with the guys. Sam's almost at 200 miles. It's been insane. Insane since Friday, but look at this. A team of us. 4 kilometres left. Let's go, bro. Let's go. Let's go. On the way.
And to have my fiancée, Izzy, and her family, and not to mention mum and dad, who never failed to support me at the end, just topped it all off. Izzy puts up with the early mornings, stupidly training at 4:30, running around Wetherby. And then not to mention on a night when it gets to 8 o'clock and I'm nodding off already. And I think it's things like this which I'm just forever grateful for, that I have someone so supportive and who is like the backbone to a lot of these challenges, but I don't think she realises it.
Rumba!
Obviously keeping an eye out on the weather for that weekend. Started to notice that there was meant to be a storm coming in. I mean, it didn't ever occur to me to not do the challenge, and it wasn't going to stop me from doing it. It brought a whole new series of problems to the first day. So Josh Island joined me right towards the end, and this is where the weather really took a turn. Right towards the end, we'd done well to get to this point, and my brother also joined me, Joel, and this one section was literally probably 2 kilometres just straight uphill getting out of this valley, with driving rain coming straight at us, the wind howling, pitch black, just with our 3 head torches trying to navigate where we're going. Josh has got his phone, he's literally bent over, me and Joel are bent over him, he's trying to dry his phone on Joel's boxers just so we can see where to go, and it was a pure test of just grit and just getting through that section, knowing we were so close, yet there was still going to be challenges like this that faced us. And that's where we took on the last 10k along the coast, and this last section was awful. Fully sleep deprived, boggy marshland. But it was so important to me for this last section to run it in with the boys who'd come with me the whole way, and I think this is what is so important about these sort of challenges, that recognising the people that actually make it possible. It's all good and well me running so far, but without these boys I never would have been refuelled, I never would have had a bed to sleep in, never would have had people running with me through these dark times where all I wanted to do was just shout and think, like, what on earth am I doing? What am I putting myself through? What am I gaining from this? But I think the realisation for a lot of us at the end is when you actually take in the full journey of what you've been through, it brings you closer than you can ever even imagine, and it's just like a form of brothers for me. So the team behind this challenge was Crew 530, which is a community that me and Adam set up about 8 months ago. A group that meets every Monday morning without fail at 5:30 in the morning. We tend to do a 6 to 8 kilometre run and then finish with a dip in the river. And we've become way more than that now. We're starting to do weekend trail runs. We sort of want to create a crew which other people feel confident enough to start their own challenges, and we can be part of that and help people get through all sorts of stuff. Doesn't matter how far, how long, it's all big for other people. And I think that's how I've got onto a lot of these challenges. I just want to say a big thank you to everyone that was part of the journey, whether it be being there or people at home messaging supportive messages all the way through, which kept me going. So if you want to see more of these sort of raw, hard challenges, then get subscribing, get clicking onto some of our links, such as our Instagram, and just follow along on the journey and get involved. If you're ever sitting on the sidelines just thinking, should I go? Maybe I shouldn't. Just come along, because for so many of the lads that now come in, week out, we've completely changed their lives, their full lifestyle into these unhealthy habits, and we've just got rid of them. We're now dialing in on weekends, topping up our mileage, thinking of new mad challenges to do all the time. Got plans to go abroad, to do weekend retreats, all sorts of stuff to come. So there's no point missing out. Get involved.